Well guys, we are not starting off at the emergency dam repair today. We are actually back at CNC Equipment. We're gonna go inside and see if they can maybe throw some insight in our overheating problems. I'll bet you that right there would fix our overheating problems. Let's just, think they'll do an even trade for the old 850. That is a horse right there. That is a horse. Put a smile on a guy's face, I'll tell you that much. All right, back to business. All right guys, made inside the shop up here at CNC Equipment, and I have found Clint, which is the owner of this establishment, and Jay, which was my salesman. So before we go forward here a little bit, I just want to back up real quick. As you guys know, these videos are a little bit time delayed. So the video that just aired was the actual purchase of the video. I did not video any of the purchase or anything. We were up here before. And basically in that video, I covered a few different things. One was the track issue. The second one was the air conditioning issue. And the third was the air filter. And I think the air filter was kind of the straw that, I think if you watch the video, you can kind of tell that's where, I gave you the benefit of the doubt in the video because I said, we'll pull it out and find out together.
You did. It's just a snowball effect and a bad situation.
Unfortunately, the result's not what either of us wanted. So, but before we go on to the current problems we have, there's always two sides to every story. And it's only fair that we hear these guys' sides of the story because I always want to give everybody the benefit of the doubt. And my intentions with the video was not to throw any dirt or mud these guys' way. I just wanted to, you guys were experienced when I was experiencing it in real time, and I was conveying that. So with that being said, I know for a fact that's not how you guys do your operation around here. I know for a fact that's not your reputation. I feel a little bit guilty that the videos went the way it did. So you guys seen my side of the story, so feel free to kind of maybe explain how you guys do business and what fell through the cracks on your side.
That was a machine we got in around, I don't know, February, March.
Late February.
Late February. Every machine we get has a checklist. The guys in the shop are supposed to go through a checklist and it checks everything over. Obviously, it didn't get checked over on that one as well as it should have. Whether it was an employee that's no longer with us, it's hard telling what happened there. But
we're like everybody else, you know, we've got employee problems like everybody else, and I had a guy actually let go probably a couple weeks after that just because of some issues like that. So
I think that's a good,
coming back to bite us in the butt.
I think that's a good point you bring up, Clint, is the reality of it is you fixed that particular problem before this video ever even come out. Right. So in my eyes, you guys are being proactive before the internet really knew what was going on. I'm in business for myself, guys. I have been for a long time, and if I was here to tell you that every job I did was perfect or nothing I did never slipped through the cracks, you guys know I'd be lying. Unfortunately, it happens, and unfortunately for both of us, there's a lot of people involved in this one. There's a few people that seen the video. So
things pop up.
The stuff I'm doing, helping you out. You know, a phone call, you just call us, we would have helped you out. You know, I do that for everybody. We don't offer a warranty, but, you know, we try to make things right with people. So.
Well, one thing I do want to say is I have known of these guys for years. We were just talking off camera here a while ago that I was up here probably 4 or 5 years ago, right before I bought the D4G, looked at the tractor. And one of the reasons I didn't check the dozer over any more than what I did is because of your guys' reputation. Pretty much everything you guys push out the door, I was pretty confident, has been through the shop, has had the checklist checked. And I do, in my heart of hearts, believe this was an anomaly coming out of here. I don't think this is the way these guys do business on a regular basis. You can look around the shop and see their operation and pretty much tell it's not a run-of-the-mill place.
And that dump truck's for a repeat customer. It's the third one he's buying over the last few years. I mean, we have a lot of repeat customers.
You'll have to watch the channel and check out the dump truck we're building.
Been checking.
Progress has been slow. But good news, the bed's on it. So after the video aired, both of these guys reached out to me almost immediately, and their comments were, you should have called me. And I probably should have, to be honest with you. The reason I didn't is we discussed the track. I already kind of thought I pushed my luck getting these guys to switch the track.
It's a busy time of year.
And I'm at fault too. I agreed to buy the dozer the way it was. I could have pulled the air cleaner out of it. I could have checked the AC. So, I mean, there is some fault on my behalf as well. So I was willing to be a man, suck it up and move on. So
we sell mostly used stuff, all used stuff, you know, and with used stuff, some issues pop up. But we do our best to make those issues right when they do pop up, and just gotta let us know. We've got good connection with parts and all kinds of different stuff.
Maybe filthy things shouldn't happen to begin with either,
So unfortunately, whenever they reached out, as you guys seen in the video yesterday, we're still having some issues with the 850. We're having some blade control issues, and we're having some overheating issues. So Clint's been nice enough to lend me some parts to do some testing and kind of send me in the right direction. What do you call it, a quick drop valve or a float valve?
Quick drop valve. It also does the blade float.
Okay, so we're gonna try that for the blade control issues. We're gonna try a new pump drive motor. I screwed this up.
Hydraulic pump.
Hydraulic pump.
Fan drive pump.
Okay, we're gonna change not the thing that turns the fan, but the thing that makes the thing turn the fan pump. There we go. That's real technical right there. So, but guys, I appreciate it. I appreciate all the help trying to get this figured out.
You just let us know how it pans out.
Yep. We'll stay in touch. We'll stay in touch. I'll keep you guys posted on how it goes. But I gotta head south and install some parts.
All right.
Have fun.
Thanks, Jay. Thanks, Clint. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Alrighty, we got our pile of parts. We are heading south back to the dozer. Hopefully we can get these on, and hopefully this fixes the problem. CNC Equipment seems to be pretty committed to making sure we get this problem fixed, which I appreciate greatly. I'm sure some of you guys are going to comment that the only reason they're helping me out is because of the videos and the YouTube and all that. And I don't think that is entirely true, guys, to be honest with you. I've known this company for a while. It's my first time really doing true business with them, but they got a lot of repeat customers, and I probably should have called them and gave them a chance to remedy some of this stuff before I posted the video. But I think within reason, they're a used equipment dealer. They don't have x-ray vision. They don't have a crystal ball. They can't see and predict everything, and they can't put warranties on stuff. Within reason, they do try to stand behind their stuff, and they seem to be standing behind all the issues I got now. So I got to give them credit for that. So I don't think I'm getting any special treatment because of the YouTube channel, to be honest with you. So anyways, let's head back. It's already 91 degrees at 91 degrees. What time is it? Like 8:30 in the morning. Should be fun, but let's head back, get this pump switched out, and see what happens. All right, we just got back, and we're gonna switch this pump out. Matt has
time for that video.
Yeah, we do got time for this video. We don't have the right size plug, so Matt's in charge of holding the. How's it going over there, bud?
Oh, it's not leaking right now.
All right, I'll go fast. Let's see if I gotta find a place to sit. Find a place to stick my people. All right, we got the pump all changed out. That hopefully will fix the problem. There's an insurance policy. The thermostats on this engine are extremely easy to get to. These are actually the two new thermostats I got. They are a little bit of a different style than the old thermostats that come out. So we're gonna go ahead and change those out too while we're in here. Just in case there is a chance that, you know, maybe one thermostat's opening and the other one isn't. Don't know for sure, but we're gonna get that tightened down. Probably take the pressure washer and the degreaser, clean up what little bit of mess we made, and top her off with fluids and find out what happens. All right, we've got all the fluids topped off. We're gonna fire this thing up and see what it does here once. One thing we can do is we can go to menu here. Go down to here. Here. We go to the fan valve. We should be able to turn that on and check for leaks on our new pump. I heard it kick in. Let's see what we got. Well, I don't see any leaks. Fan's moving in. Guess what's been wrong?
First push after repair. See how this goes. Here we go. 850B, 850J. Who makes it to the end first? Oh, I think Mike might have gotten too big of a bite. I think the experience paid off. Both got a big bite of dirt. Soil, as everyone else says, soil. But we here at NYA Dirt, Mike calls it dirt. but Jerry's definitely pushing further. So I think that was pretty close race there. I'm sure Mike, like always, will say that he won, but you know, I think Jerry won that bout. Little different view here. Let's see how it goes. That's a lot of dirt moving. Mike's always got to play. I think Jerry won that one as well. 2 for Jerry, none for Mike. Mike even got a head start on Jerry on that one. Let's see how this goes. This is a view from the top here. I will state, Mike is climbing up a hill. Jerry's pushing down the hill. That doesn't mean Mike's the winner. Looks like Jerry's got this one in the bag as well.
Well, as I'm sure Matt relayed to you guys, Jerry was pushing downhill, I was pushing uphill, but long story short, you guys can't deny the old 850 still got it. But we kind of run across something a little bit interesting here that confirms a few things. I don't know if you guys can kind of see this line right here, but Jerry and I are both convinced this is original grade. This is not fill. You can kind of tell that because that line follows on up the hill outside where the dam even was. And we still have some water seeping out of here. Now, that could be from the pond. I'm not going to deny it could be from the pond. It could be following that seam all the way through. I got a feeling it's coming out of the hillside. It's some sort of spring coming out of the hillside up there. So I think what we're going to do is basically we're going to put a tile in here. The same type of field tile we put in for Farmer Chris, and control that water and let it exit down there. Even if it is coming out of the pond, it's a small leak, at least it'll be a controlled leak and not a major issue. So that's pretty much gonna take us down on this bench, this upper bench up here. I was able to finally get through all the junk dirt. You guys can pretty much see right here is the cut fill line onto original, and there's a bunch of topsoil and stuff in the dam. That is never good. That is never good at all. But up here, guys, we finally got down to some decent dirt. And as you guys can tell, we're probably about 15, 16 feet down the dam. But if you guys look right here, that right there is the old slip line. That's where it was slipping and sliding down the hill. And I was able to come down and intersect it. It stopped right here. I think it stopped on this level here and just kind of hunched itself out. So I'm gonna clean this edge up with a dozer a little bit, and then I think Jerry and I's plan we want to make sure we get a good base, we get a good foundation to start stacking back up right here. Where Jerry's at now, and that little hole over there, we're gonna make sure we're down to original grade right there. We're gonna leapfrog some of this over into that hole, probably go ahead and start compacting it in, and then we'll start bringing that dirt over there back across the top of it and building this all back up. That's the plan. I hope she works. There's only one way to find out. We do have some dirt that needs to come off up here. You guys can almost see that layer right there. That is not good material. We want to get that out of there. I don't think we're going to push it down and push it out. I think as we build the dam back up, we're going to take it and mix it with some other stuff. Try to compact it right back here somewhere in this area. Just try to minimize our yards moved as much as possible. But here's another look right there, guys. You see it? That's where it was sliding, and it's not sliding down there. I mean, you're doing stuff like this, you gotta look for every clue you can find. And you guys can see it kind of heads off, and then it went right down behind the back of my dozer there, kind of down towards Jerry, and the line over here is the same. The plan here is kind of the same. We got some dirt in this part right here that don't look the best either. This part here has not slid. That don't mean it may not slide in the future, so I don't know. We'll probably take the track hoe and pick and pluck and mix some of that in as we go. But the main goal for right now is to get this knot pushed out of here, get that set up down there to where we can start placing some dirt and going. The dozer is running cooler. It's still not running as cool as what I'd like. In a hard push, I'm still seeing 215. I did see 220 once. That's getting pretty warm in my books. That dozer right there, it's never got over 195. It just runs cool as a cucumber. And you guys see, it's there's no doubt he's moving some dirt with the old girl. So talk to Clint up at CTC. He's leaning towards the radiator at this point, so we're trying to get a plan together on that. I'll keep you guys posted. We'll see what we come up with. All right, back to pushing her. Well, guys, unfortunately, I had to shut the 850J down. She just got running too warm. I didn't want to push it too hard. And got a hold of Clint at CNC Equipment, and he said, why don't you just let me come down there, pick it up, bring it to the shop, and see what the heck's going on. So we're going to let him do that. It's awful nice of him to do it. You don't have to do it. I sure appreciate it that he's willing to figure it out and make it right. But the good news is the old 850B is still pushing good. Jerry's down there still moving dirt. So while he's doing that and I'm without a dozer, I think I'm gonna go back, hop in the truck, and actually get a load of rock. I want to get a load of rock to put in that drain down there. Not to keep the pipe from getting silted in. I want to put a load of rock around there to actually protect the pipe whenever we push all this dirt back across it. So that's kind of the thought process on that. It's just something to protect that rock a little bit. So I guess we're going to go from dozer operator to truck driver. Well, just got back from town, got a load of rock on. I see Jerry's down there still pushing and moving. That guy's an animal. It's every bit of 95 degrees today. High humidity. He's like a machine. He just keeps going. Just keeps going. Wish we had the other machine going, but it's not. It is what it is. So I'm gonna pull down in here, kind of see what Jerry's got in mind. He looks like he's got me a little bit of a road built here. See what Jerry's got in mind as far as where he wants me at, and we'll go from there. Well, how's that one doing?
It's good for you to get back. Sometimes a guy just needs a second opinion on something. Maybe the main answer.
The real question is, I see the dozer still running. You're doing better than me.
It's doing okay. But I can't run both of them, you know.
Well, what are you thinking?
I don't know. Mike, I don't know how much deeper that would possibly be here. It's got to be down to natural. I mean, I know it's down natural dirt. It's sort of that old soapstone stuff.
Yep. I don't think we need to go any deeper, Jerry. I think we just need to go ahead and cut our trench in there. You can kind of see that layer that water's laying on right there. You know, I was thinking about this. If you can picture this, if he cut his keyway through there, that almost proved that water is coming out of the ground, not out of the lake, but that'd make this side of it sloped, which is why it would slid here, not up on top, because that top part sit on top of that keyway. Does that make sense?
It's on pretty good dirt. This old, I guess, it's like I said, call it old soapstone, whatever it is. That old white clay just never.
Because you're in good solid stuff out here. But I think that layer runs right on up through to where I hit it out up there.
I just thought if he moved any more now, I think that's good enough. We could go ahead and put it in the field somewhere.
Yep. I think what we need to do at this point, Jerry, with that chance of rain coming tonight, I think we need to get everything capped off and tracked in, and
see where we're at with that, and then if we want to do anything else.
What do you think? Maybe just dump that.
You got to be here to work and do that. You can't be running around up and down the road.
I'm trying. What do you think, Jerry? Just dump that rock right there without being in your way?
I think that'd be all right. Yeah, that'd be good, because we won't cut any more out of there.
Here's the real question. You want me to hop on the traco and try to get that pipe in, or you want me to hop on that dozer and help you get everything closed up?
If you put the pipe in, we'd have to put the rock in too.
You just want me to hop on that dozer and help you get everything rolled in?
Yeah, what time's getting to be, Mike?
About 4:30.
But for the people out there watching, we got what, 6-8 more hours.
We also got like a 70% chance of rain tonight. I just checked.
Let's straighten everything up then.
Okay. Well, I think I can get an hour or so out of that dozer before we get hot again. So.
Now the dozer are out of view.
Now the dozer. I got air conditioning, Jerry. I can keep going.
Yeah, in the parking lot. If I leave that seat overnight, we can see just where.
Well, that's another good point. If we let that sit overnight,
in there now, isn't it?
We let that sit overnight. We'll also know where we need to run that pipe to.
Okay, it looks like maybe there.
Yeah, I got a little bit right here, and we may run that pipe up over here, and then kind of come across and go back up that way a little bit.
Yeah, that's kept. We'll just intercept this here somewhere.
Yeah. All right, well, let me hop on that air machine, and we'll kind of clean everything up here a little bit. Well, Jerry, I think we hit the point where we start going the other way now. Hopefully start putting it back and quit taking it out.
It sounds good.
But the main thing is, if we do get rain tonight, I feel pretty good about it. My pile don't look too bad. I did an all right job over there, didn't I?
The rock pile? No, you
Can't catch a break.
You done all right. Yeah, I'll give you.
I may have slid over the hill one time because I went too far, but good news, there was a bottom. I found it.
Because you can't really see mine from here, so.
Yeah, we can't even judge you, so. All right, well, guys, we'll have to hang tight. We'll see what tomorrow brings. Hopefully it don't rain and we're back pushing dirt. If it does rain, well, we'll have to see how much it rains, I guess.
Yes, yeah, we'll get back again sometime.
But I'm feeling pretty good about it now. I'm glad we found that virgin ground. We finally found some good dirt. I think we got something to work with, Jerry.
Mm-hmm. And we'll dry the wet stuff out.
Yep. Yeah, I think I'm gonna bring the little D4 up here so we can corner bit it and windrow some of this. So if we need to dry some dirt, we can. But just turning it over has dried it out quite a bit. So, all right, we shall see you guys tomorrow. Back for another day in paradise, guys. Got a little bit of good news today. First off, we've missed the rain, so that's definitely a plus. Second off, Clint from CNC Equipment has actually offered to even come down and pick this dozer up. take it off and get her fixed. So we're gonna get the 850J loaded up first thing this morning, and then Jerry's here. He's gonna hop on the B, and we're gonna go to town. So let's get her loaded.
850J being put on the low board.
Bucket on the Volvo here. We're going to go in here and kind of just cut a little groove in, try to catch this water coming out right here. Me and Jerry looked this over and talked about it. We're both pretty confident this water is not coming out of the pond. If you guys give me a second here towards the end of this video, I will draw you a picture of why we think it's not coming out of the pond. I think I can explain it. I can explain it a lot better in the picture than I can any other way. So let me get this in here. We're gonna get this dug in. Get a pipe in here. We're gonna put some rock on this pipe, like I said before, just simply to kind of protect it a little bit. There's some nasty stuff down there, boys and girls. I got a video fast here because Jerry is wasting absolutely no time getting this covered up, but let me kind of show you what's going on here a little bit. We got our pipe in, we got our rock in. I kind of got this covered up a little bit, but if you guys look close, that is the seam right there between original grade and fill. And that's where everything on this whole hillside is sliding. I'll draw you a picture and I'll explain it to you later. We're pretty confident, we're almost positive at this point. That water's not coming out of the pond, it's coming out of the ground, and I'll explain to you why here in a little bit. It's a little bit harder to see right here, right now. But right there is that same gray seam, and that's where it's slipping there as well. A little better view of it right there. And if you come on up here, keep in mind that crack we're exposing is pretty much the slip line. And up here on this bench here, this is a little harder to see because the dozer went up against it, but original fill right there. So kind of envision that as it goes up through here at a little bit of an angle, and that is the root of our issue. So basically, we got to get down through what we call that soapstone or gray clay layer, get it benched in, get it chalked off, and then start working our way back up. So the plan right now is Jerry's going to come here just on the downhill side of this bench. We're going to cut a bench right in through here and go ahead and start compacting and filling that since we got the pipe in now. And then we'll kind of stair step our way down the hill a little bit. I know that sounds counterproductive, but we don't want to have to move this dirt any farther than what we need to. So once we get this bench in, cut, fill, and we'll cut here, fill there. That makes sense? The whole goal of this is we got to move the dirt, but if we can keep moving it as far as we have to, the shorter distance we move it, the better off we're going to be. The ultimate goal at this point is to get down through that gray soapstone clay layer and get these lifts compacted in tight. So I'm going to run to town, get a little bit more pipe, a little bit more stone. We didn't quite have enough. I'm going to leave Jerry here running the dozer. Matt's going to stay here with the sheep's foot roller and kind of keep everything compacted. And we're going to start putting this thing back together. All right, we are back, guys. I kind of missed you there for a minute because, well, I left my camera in the wrong truck, but I got you now. So if you guys can see over there, I do have a load of rock there. As you guys can see here, Jerry has got several lifts in here. Matt's getting it compacted. We actually need to adjust the cleaners on that drum a little bit, but it's going pretty good. But over here, look, this is another great example. You can see exactly, you guys see exactly where it's sliding at right there. See how it's pushing off? And if you see this material right here, which is all original, this stuff right here, that is what that brown stuff is way up there on top of the dam. So basically on the, if you guys can envision this, on the inside of the dam, he hit that same stuff. And whenever he come up and over and across, it ended up on top of the dam. But the good news is we see no signs of water down here. I think we got our one water issue addressed over there. Still don't think the pond's leaking from anything we're doing. So basically we're gonna dig this out, continue to get us a good keyway in here, and pack everything back and hope she works. Well, we've kind of dug a test hole slash keyway here to kind of see what we got going on. I'm actually down on solid rock right here. Excuse me, the good news is I don't see any signs of anything leaking or anything crazy going on. I've seen a little pockets of water here and there, but I think they were trapped in there, which means I think the original keyway is doing its job. I don't want to get too carried away and dig too big of a trench down here and get that whole hillside a chance to slip in here. So Jerry's bringing some good dirt in here. We're going to go ahead and get this filled in and get it all squared away. We'll probably dig on back a little bit farther. Dig on back a little bit farther and keep this carrying on. But we're definitely down into original grade, and that side over there is not moved. The slip plane is definitely up higher. So you guys can kind of envision we're basically building a dam inside the dam. And the purpose of this dam is to hold the dirt, not the water. So we'll build a little ramp here so Matt can get down there with the compactor, and we'll pound that in and see what happens. All right, we got our first lift to the bottom of our new keyway there. Matt's gonna get that good and compacted for us. I have spotted one thing that bothers me just a little bit. Whenever he gets done, I'll haul down there and show you. It's a tight little hole for a little compactor. Some of that good dirt over from over there and kind of mix it with all this crap we dug out. We're going the other way, but it's off to a slow start. As you guys can see right here, we've got signs of water coming out of the bank again. Now keep in mind, it's not very bad. It's just kind of isolated to one spot right here. So what we're going to do is I still want to go ahead and get this filled up. The rest of this is all still perfectly dry, and the slip plane is still up here. So what the plan is for now, the original keyway cannot be very far over that way. We're going to get this filled up to there where we don't have to worry about this sliding off. We're probably going to chase that water back to the original keyway and try to get it cut off. So that packed in there nice.
Packed in there real nice. That's hard.
All right.
It's packed when I feel it in my teeth.
Hope I get going. Jerry's going to cover us both up. Got our lift going back in pretty good. Jerry's up there. We're trying to get some of this loose dirt off the top up here. Should work pretty good for this keyway. It's a lot of the dirt we pushed out over there that it's just kind of sitting up there. We need to do something with it. Matt's over here rolling this last lift that Jerry put in. That's looking pretty good. It's coming along. We still got to chase our leak back here a little bit, but I want to get this little area right here addressed before we get too far along. So watch out, Jerry. You might slid over the bank right there. May have seen me pointing and motioning to Jerry to get off here because I seen it moving, and there's no denying where it's sliding at. See how slick that is right there? That is the slip plane right there. If you guys go down below where Matt's at here, you basically see that same layer comes out right here. And if you run that dozer up around top, you can just watch that dirt slide right down over top of it. So we're gonna get all that cleaned off, eliminate that layer that's causing us problems, and then bench that off, so if it does get wet, at least it's setting level and not on that slope right there where it's got gravity in its favor. Show you guys what we got going on. We ended up digging the keyway. You seen it start over there. I ended up digging it on back all the way about through the dozer, and Jerry's been bringing some of that dirt up over from the edge there, kind of mixing the good with the bad. We've been putting about 12-inch lifts in there. As you guys can see, it is packing in really nice. I went up the hill here a little bit to try to intercept our leak, and I don't know where it went. I can't find it again. So our goal for right now is we're going to get this all filled up pretty much level across here. It's getting late in the day. It's about 4 o'clock, and let it sit overnight and see if that leak shows itself, or maybe we got it capped off by putting in this second keyway. But that berm out there, we have confirmed is original virgin ground, and it has not moved. So basically what we've done here is just put a great big chalk right in the bottom of this thing, so it should have a good foundation. The other thing we've done is we've pretty much taken everything that has slid or moved and removed it, which basically we got friction again where that slip plane was at, because it's no longer there. So there should be no dirt, depending on what we're doing, to stay in place. It should stay in place on its own, but for some reason, if it don't, this should be a pretty good insurance policy down through here. So Jerry's been pushing dirt up the hill with the 850. That thing, man, wish we had both of them here, but that thing has been hanging in there like an absolute champ. I hate to even brag on it because I don't want it to go down because we need it so bad, but it's right at about 100 degrees today. Jerry's been pushing it hard, and he said it's never got over 195. Like a sewing machine. So anyways, let's they push up, we'll push across. We'll get this last lift in here. We'll get everything cleaned up and probably call it a day. Well, there it is at the end of the day, guys. As you can see, it's actually starting to look like something. It's going to be the foundation for all of our dirt going back. So basically, we are very confident in that pad that it's going to be stable. It's chalked and tied into the ground, so we can just kind of keep layering up on that and build our way on up. The only question mark is in the morning when we get here, I want to walk this thing real good and make sure we don't have any water percolating up out of it. Confirming we still don't have a leak. That's the big thing. But from here, we'll basically keep building layers up as we get up a little bit higher. As you guys can see, we got some separation and some stuff up here. We do have the water sucked down pretty good. I think we have it down far enough. We pulled our pump. So as we get up, we're going to pull all this off and kind of use it for fill in this upper section and build ourselves back. And we actually got a little area over here we need to address too, but there's no need to pull that down and jeopardize any more than what we needed to until we needed the dirt, because we can use that dirt up high. So anyways, we're gonna wrap this one up. We got a lot of dirt to bring back. I wish we had both 850s here pushing, bringing it back, and we might. Haven't heard back from Clint yet on what he found on the other one. But that's gonna be a wrap on this one, guys. Hope you enjoyed. If you did, you can give her a thumbs up. That'd be greatly appreciated. Go ahead and subscribe so you don't miss the next phase of this job. As always, hope you enjoyed. We'll catch you on the next one. We're out of here.